So if you want to have success with dropshipping in 2025, there's a handful of things that you need to focus on that are going to bring in 80% of your results. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what those handful of things are, along with ranking all of the other things and skills that are needed when it comes to dropshipping, and show you which are actually worth your time focusing on and the other ones that are a massive waste of time. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. So we're going to do a dropshipping tier list, and I'm going to rank all of these skills that are needed in order to go from 0 to 100K a month. Now, some of these are going to be a massive waste of time, and some of them are going to bring in 80% of results. And by the end of this video, you're going to know which ones where you should focus your time. Now, the reason why I'm able to do this is because I've been dropshipping for over 7 years now. I've generated millions of dollars of sales, and like you can see, this store here is still working in January. We've been selling the same product for over a year and a half now, and you can see yesterday it's done £2,800, which is around about 3,500 in US dollars. Obviously, it's January and it's Chinese New Year, so it is a very slow month, but no doubt we'll scale this back up to 10K days. So we're going to go from left to right, and I'm going to explain what each one of these are as we go along. So the first one we're going to start with is copywriting. Now, I'm going to put copywriting as one of the most important skills that you need when it comes to dropshipping, especially if you're trying to go from 0 to 100K a month and even further. Reason being is because copywriting applies to so many different parts of the business. Reason being, things like your product page requires copy. Things such as your ad scripts requires copy. Things such as your ad copy itself requires copy. Everything applies to copy, and not just any copywriting. I'm talking about direct response copywriting, the ability to be able to turn cold traffic into buyers and convince them via your words. And if you're able to do that, then you will never go broke. So focus on copywriting. Things that you can do to get really good at copywriting is reading things like books. Breakthrough Advertising is one by Eugene Schwartz, which is kind of like seen as the godfather as copywriting. So it's an amazing book to go and read. There's a few others, 16-word sales letter. Maybe I'll link a few down below, but definitely focus on copywriting. Another skill that you can focus on when it comes to another way how to get good at copywriting is looking at successful adverts. So going to find top brands, top direct response brands on Facebook, look at their ads library, transcribe their winning adverts, and have a look and break down how they are structuring their advert. And when you get good at that and rewriting the ad copy and applying the ad copy to a different product, so the actual script to a different product, when you get good at doing that over time, practice pretty much makes perfect. So as long as you continue to keep on doing copywriting, you will blow past a lot of people. So focus on copywriting, especially if you're trying to go from 0 to 100K with dropshipping. Now, the next one we have is email marketing. Now, email marketing, email agencies are probably going to hate me for saying this, but in my humble opinion, if you are just starting out and trying to go from 0 to 100K, like messing around with emails is a massive waste of your time. Don't waste your time on it. So in my opinion, email marketing is a D, especially if you're trying to go from 0 to 100K. Now, with that being said, what I would say is that the main email flow that you need out of any, especially if you're just getting started, is an abandoned cart sequence. So that is when someone comes to your product page, goes to the checkout and doesn't buy. You want to make sure that you send emails to them to say, hey, you left this in your cart, or here's a 10% discount, etc., etc. Complete your checkout and buy. Out of the gate, that's the only thing that you need to start off with. All of the welcome series, all of the win back series, all of these series that you need that an email agency will set up for you eventually, out of the gate as a beginner, you do not need to waste time on any of that stuff. Just get yourself an abandoned cart email sequence. Again, you can do that with Shopify Flow or even Klaviyo if you want to, and that is it. Set and forget it, right? Now, the next one is product and product research. Product and product research is one of the most important things, because with a trash product, you're not going to make any sales. If your product's trash and your product doesn't solve any problems, or it's just a little trinket that you've seen go viral, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to make any money. So being good at product research and being able to spot products is a skill in itself. So if you're able to do that time and time again, you will have success. And I've personally found many 6- and 7-figure winning products over the years by just getting good at copyright, just getting good at product research. And the way you get good at product research, is by doing more product research, unfortunately. Just spending time in the trenches. And it's kind of like a muscle. The more you do it, the better you become. So spend time in the trenches doing product research. I personally recommend if you can do at least some of it every single day, especially if you're just getting started out, things such as Facebook ads library, scrolling that, even just free tools, scrolling your own Facebook ads, scrolling your own, news feed or Instagram feeds for potential winning products or ads that have high engagement, and then going down the rabbit hole of seeing if you can source it, if there's, other brands selling the same product, if you can mark it up, all those kind of things, then that's how you will get better at product research. Now, next we have SEO, which is search engine optimization. And personally, search engine optimization, if you're a beginner when it comes to dropshipping, is like a massive waste of time. I don't think I've done any SEO at all, and I've generated over $10 million with my dropshipping store. I don't think I've done any SEO at all. Reason being is because it's just so slow. It's just so slow, and we like to use paid ads to get instant feedback. And with SEO, sure, if you're trying to build a brand, it's something that you may not do out of the gate, but you may do a little bit later down the line to rank your product on page one and doing blogs and all this kind of stuff to rank for long tail keywords. But if you're a beginner, forget about SEO. You don't need to waste your time on any of that stuff whatsoever. Now, the next one is CapCut. And when I say CapCut, I mean creatives. So again, creatives is going to be the top of the top. If you are able to get good at coming up with creatives, like, you will just outpace so many different people, because 80% of the results will come from your creatives. 80% of the results will come from creatives, especially in today's economy, because previously it used to be like, you had to have a decent media buying strategy and do different things to get results on Facebook. But now it's so open, it's just kind of like a set and forget. Your targeting is done via your creative. So if you're able to get really good at coming up with creatives and, like I mentioned, just getting good at CapCut, it's in my humble opinion, it is the tool that you're going to get the most amount of value out of for, what is it? It's like $9 a month or $15 a month or whatever it may be. Just pay for that. Don't stop buying junk food and just buy a CapCut subscription. And with that, what you can do is reverse engineer winning creative. So if you find a creative that looks really good, CapCut has so many different features that you can like auto captions and transitions and all these kind of things. If you get good at being able to see a creative and think, hey, I can recreate this, right? And then spend some time recreating that and getting good at that, like, you will just blow past so many different people. Now, once you get to a certain point, you will outsource this to a video editor. Like, now I don't do creatives. If I need to do creatives, I can hop in CapCut and whip up something very, very good. And if you want me to do a video at some point of actually creating a creative for Facebook, then let me know in the comment section down below. I'll be more than happy to do a video of just building an actual creative out from scratch. But at some point, once you get to a certain level, you will ultimately outsource this. Now, the next part is TikTok organic. And in my opinion, TikTok organic is a massive waste of time. Massive waste of time. Reason being, well, TikTok is it got banned, and now at the time of recording this, is currently back. Where's it going to go? Who knows? But in my opinion, again, TikTok doing some organic presence is a massive waste of time with dropshipping. Reason being, because it's tied to your time. So you're spending time doing creatives yourself. So, filming yourself and doing whatever it may be, just a massive waste of time. And feedback is so slow because you don't know whether it's going to work or not. Whereas if you run an advert, you get instant feedback just like that. Is this something that the market wants? Yes or no? Cool, we can make tweaks, etc. Also, with TikTok on organic, you are very much just reliant on algorithms. If the algorithm doesn't like whatever it is, it could be pushed out to anyone. Whereas with Facebook ads, you can pretty much just, if you really want to, you can select that you only want it to go out to females, or you only want it to go out to 45 to 65-year-old men in Canada, for example. So under organic as well, I'm going to say that things such as setting up a brand, like a brand IG, so you don't need to do that out of the gate. So if you are thinking about setting up a brand Instagram page and TikTok page to post your TikToks and all that kind of stuff, again, massive waste of time to start off with. Forget about it. We can see here that obviously we're just splitting between these two, but I'm sure there's some that will fit in between those. Now, next we have Hormozy, which comes under offers. Now, again, offers, in my opinion, is, again, one of the most important things that you can focus on. And it's one of those things which a lot of newbies don't get correctly. If you haven't, go and watch my video. I have done a video which I think Hormozy is one of the face of the YouTube titles, but focusing on offers and being able to create an irresistible offer is one of a key skills in the value exchange of someone giving you money. Are you giving them something which is of equal to, or in the best scenario, higher than whatever it is that they're paying you for, you know? And if you haven't, go and watch my video. I've done a whole video on how to create irresistible offers. And my last video as well is all about, has a section on some of the best kind of offers. But out of the gate, most newbies will just do something like a % off, free shipping. But there's so many different ways that you can come up with better offers. Things such as a buy two, get one free. Or maybe if they buy two, they get a free gift, offering a free ebook. All these kind of things that you can do. And you can do that by emulating other successful stores. Now, the next one we have is CRO, which is conversion rate optimization. And conversion rate optimization, I'm going to put in C. Reason being is because out of the gate, right, if you have a good offer, you have good creatives and a good product, then you're going to have a high conversion rate anyway, right? These things here will dictate your conversion rate. So things such as doing like split testing. When I say CRO, I mean conversion rate optimization, such as changing the color of a button or doing a split test from this headline to this headline. If you're just trying to go from 0 to 100K, it's marginal. Like the results are going to be very marginal. It only becomes worth your time when you're doing, you know, like 150, 200K a month, when some split tests could yield very great results and give you in more profits. But out of the gate, again, if you're just trying to start dropshipping and go from 0 to 100K, focusing on CRO, again, is going to be pretty much a waste of time. Especially if these things here, like creative, finding good products and offers, will dictate most of this conversion rate anyway. Now, then we have fulfillment. Now, fulfillment is important. Now, because, I mean, you don't want to no ship. Now, believe it or not, there are drop shippers out there who are no ship, you know, which is basically black hat scamming. You don't want to do that. So obviously you want to make sure that you are sending product on time. Out of the gate, I personally still recommend that you can just test with AliExpress, especially if you're just trying to get validation of whether or not a product works or not. And once you get validation from that, then you can move into a private agent, and then they can connect to your store, etc., and they can ship stuff a lot faster. You will also get a better price as well from using AliExpress without using AliExpress, and overall that should lead to happier customers. So fulfillment is a very important part of the business. Again, out of the gate, you can just test with AliExpress, but once you actually start scaling, you can't rely on AliExpress and need to get a fulfillment agent. And once you've got happy customers, again, it means that your payment processes aren't going to go down. You're also going to have a good page score, and it's just less headaches for, you know, you and also for your customers. Moving on, we then have adverts or media buying strategy. Now, again, nowadays, media buying strategy is going to fall into a B. Reason being is because nowadays it's not like you don't have to be a good media buyer in order to have success with dropshipping. Yes, you need to know the basics. So you need to know how to scale. You need to know, you know, some sort of data analysis. You need to know if you're going to use an ABO or a CBO. But 9 times out of 10 nowadays, especially how the platform has transitioned over the years, regardless of whether you're using TikTok, Facebook ads, or whatever it may be, like the strategy itself doesn't matter. Like if you've got a banging product, banging creatives and banging offer, like it doesn't matter if you do ABO or CBO or, you know, you're doing cost caps or you're doing any sort of Chad scaling. It does not matter. The main thing is that if it's bringing you results, cool, increase budget or duplicate budget, etc. Anything else, it doesn't make a difference. So you don't have to focus that much on algorithm hacking like we used to do back in the day with, you know, lookalike audiences and you know, breaking down segments in terms of, you know, doing custom audiences and all these kind of things that we used to do back in the day to try and get scale. Really, it's just like one broad CBO and make sure you got great creatives. Now, next part is your product page. And I'm going to put product page here only because, I mean, it's always good to have a high converting product page and a good looking product page. With that being said, I've seen like the deadest product pages scaling and making, you know, money every single month. But in my humble opinion, I still think that if you are to differentiate yourself away from competitors and away from other people who are selling your same product, having a higher quality product page is going to set you away from the rest and also help you get a higher conversion rate. You got to think about yourself. If you've seen two stores selling the exact same product, yet one of them looks like a basic website with no information, low quality images, etc., and the other one has all of the same basic, like let's say everything stays the same, so the creatives are the same and the everything else stays the same, the product pages are just different. 9 times out of 10 you're going to go with the good looking product page. And I feel like customers nowadays are a lot more savvy, so the sophistication level has gone higher, especially on Facebook, because they've been burnt quite a lot. So I think having a good product page is something that is worth doing. And if you want me to do a complete breakdown of like how to build a good looking product page, again, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be more than happy to put a video together doing such that. Now, the last two that we have, so we have team building. Now, team building, I'm going to put here to start off with, only because out of the gate, like this one's going to become a lot more important as you progress past this stage. But I know a lot of businesses and a lot of dropshippers who very much just operate on a 2-man squad, and the 2-man squad being them and one single VA from the Philippines. So you don't need to have a massive team, especially with dropshipping. That's the beauty of it. You can operate with a very lean team, but as you progress further and do more numbers, your team will increase. So to start out with, the first thing that you're going to outsource is just customer service, making sure that you're not spending time answering and replying to emails, because it's a massive waste of your time. But as you progress, again, you may need to get a video editor, like I mentioned. You may want to get a creative strategist. You may get, a product uploader, depending on your strategy and stuff like that. So I'm going to put that in C. Now, the final one that we have is data skills. So basically data analysis. I'm going to put that the same in as meta here, okay? And what I mean by data analysis is being able to read the metrics. So when you look and you launch a product, do you know at which part of the stage of the funnel needs tweaking? What is the data telling you? Because one of the biggest issues that a lot of newbies do, especially if they are dropshipping, is they'll launch a product and they won't understand why it's working or why it isn't working. And if you don't know why something's working and why it isn't working, you aren't going to progress at all, because you have no understanding of what's right and what's wrong. So in the purest form, if you know your break-even ROAS, if you know what that is, and if your ads are above that, you're making money, probably making money. If you're below that, then you're probably not making money. And if you break even, then you know that you're not making money or losing money. But knowing things such as, is your click-through rate high? What does that mean? If your click-through rate's low, or is your cost per add to cart high, or is it low? And where in the funnel you could potentially make some changes and tweaks, that's going to help you massively as a media buyer. So you now know exactly what you need to focus on in order to have success this year with dropshipping: copywriting, offers, product, and creatives. Those 4 things. Make sure you focus on those, because they will bring in 80% of your results. Now, if you want to work one-on-one with myself and my brother, then click the link down below. We'll be more than happy to jump on a call, see if you're a good fit. If you aren't, then no worries. If you are, then we'll help you scale and start and do all this dropshipping stuff. But that is it for this video. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you want me to do a specific video on any one of these skills. Let me know in the comments down below. I'll be more than happy to do so. Smash a like on the video for the algorithm. Take care, peace, and I'll see you later.